Alright, Salakia. So the abomination of desolation, that already happened, right? In 70 AD, right? Um, Jerusalem was, destroyed. Our temple was destroyed by the Edomites. Let's see. So that's what it is, though. These Edomites, they've already fulfilled that prophecy, where they go into the destruction of Jerusalem and the temple in 70 AD. All right, so let me keep reading this. Let me see. Where am I at? 24 and 15. Let's see. Verse 16. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of the house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe to them that are with child and to them that give suck in those days. All right. So that was talking about the 70 AD. All right. This is what prophecy that has already happened. But this was the beginning of the end, right? When the Edomites, when they when the Edomites committed the abomination of desolation and destroyed Jerusalem, the temple, that was basically the beginning of the end for them. When they crucified Yahushua was really the beginning of the end, right? So this was about 40 years, the abomination of desolation, after they crucified Yahushua. So let me see. Yeah, about 40 years, about 37 to 40 years after they crucified Yahushua, then they destroyed the temple. And these were all the beginning of the end of the Edomites, right? Even though this was during the times of the Romans, America was the extension of the Roman Empire. So let's keep reading. Where am I at? Woe unto them that are with child and to them that give suck in those days. But pray that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall the great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. All right. Now this is going into, future prophecy. What we're about to experience, right? This is going to the Jacob's trouble. Yahushua, he's prophesying both about the abomination of desolation and also the end. Verse 21. For then shall the great tribulation, such as what not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. All right, now you see he's talking about Jacob's trouble, because we know Jacob's trouble is let's get that real quick in Jeremiah, is the time of great trouble for Jacob, right? Jacob's trouble. At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it, and it is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So Jacob's trouble, another word for that would be martial law here in America. There's going to be all kind of death and atrocities, and oppression is going to be spiked up, multiplied. Our people are going to be persecuted for the truth. Our people are going to be, facing the hour of temptation. which is dealing with the microchip. And another precept is in Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, and the great prince which standeth for the sons of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. So that you're gonna have a time of great trouble, right? We read about it, Jacob's trouble. We read about in Matthew 24 and in Daniel 12, all speaking on the same thing, about the times that we're coming into, you know. Because Esau's going to move quick because he has a short time, so he's going to be moving in with his great reset, his RFID microchip, and that's going to be that hour of temptation spoken of in Revelation that everyone's going to be tried with, all right, including the elect will be tried. The thing is the elect are not going to. That's why some of us are going to get killed. That's why some of us are, we're going to be killed for our testimony on the truth, because we're not going to take the RFID chip. Matthew 24:24, it says, Salakia, skip 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should be no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So it's all for the elect, It said, we read, Jacob shall be saved out of Jacob's trouble. And the Yahweh is going to shorten the days for the elect's sake, especially when it comes into the martial law and the Jacob's trouble. When that really picks up, when this chaos in America, those days are not going to go on forever because of the elect's sake. Yahweh is going to shorten those days. So that's why our elders are always speaking on when the C-hip gets unleashed or mandated, the end is going to come super fast after that. All right, the missiles will be right after that. It's not going to go on very long after that C-hip is mandated. Verse 23. Then if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is Hamashiach, or there, believe it not. So, we don't believe, the elect are not deceived. So that's in the very next verse. Let's read it. For there shall arise false Hamashiachs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. I mean, Esau's going to work his ass off. There are already plenty of false prophets, right? Teaching not according to the Bible. And then you have, these things where the CIA and the government is, basically there's rumor that they may plot into a fake alien invasion. They even have Project Bluebeam, where they'll try to deceive people, which is basically like a hologram in the sky, where they're going to make a fake return, and it's going to look like Cesare Borgia. They're going to, a lot of our people, 2/3 of our people are going to fall for all that crap. But the ones who are not going to fall or be deceived are going to be the elect, because we know Yahweh Shai. We know when they put Cesare in the sky with Project Bluebeam, or they have a fake alien invasion. We're going to know that's not the return, or that's not the end. We're not going to be believed by those signs and wonders that Esau Edom uses with his technology. Because we know when Yahweh Shai comes back, he's coming back with that sword, and he's coming back to fuck shit up. And he ain't going to be no so-called white man. All right, let's keep reading. Verse 25, behold, I have told you before. So Yahweh Shai, he was giving us the heads up. He's telling you all these things are going to happen. But don't take the bait or whatnot, if you will. Don't take the bait, because the elect, we know what the return is going to. We're going to know in our spirit when Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai cracks the clouds, Wherefore, if they say unto you, behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not. Yeah, we know what the end is going to be like. Because why? Amos 3:7, we know we're his servants, the prophets, so he gives us the mysteries. Amos 3:7. Surely Yahweh the Most High will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. So another word for secret is mystery, right? And when we go into that definition, mystery means something that's not hard to, or not easy to explain. But guess what? Yahweh gives his prophets and his elect the secrets and the mysteries. So what others can't explain, we already know what it is. You see? So we won't be deceived by his Project Bluebeam. We won't be deceived by his staged alien invasion, 24 and 27. For as lightning cometh out of the east and shineth even to the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For whosoever the carcass is, there will be eagles be gathered all together. Immediately after the tribulation, in those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. Dealing with the missiles, right? The sun's going to be darkened because that mushroom cloud is going to block out the sun. It's going to be a day of wrath. All right. Verse 30, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. All right, so Yahweh Shai is coming back with power and great glory on the clouds. When you go into Psalm 104:3, it tells you that those clouds are the chariots. That tells you what a cloud is. So Yahweh Shai is coming back on a chariot. All right, and we're not going to be deceived because we're going to know when Yahweh Shai is when it's actually Yahweh Shai, and ain't no Project Bluebeam deception, or ain't no fake alien invasion where they're actually going to, we don't know exactly how they're going to put it down with this fake technology stuff in the skies, in the heavens, because their goal is to, deceive the people. But when it's the real deal, we're going to know Yahweh Shai and the angels. We're going to know who they are, right? Everyone's going to know that when it's the real deal. And he shall, verse 31, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. All right, so those chariots, what you call UFOs, are going to gather all the elect. You see? The elect's going to be gathered. It doesn't, not the 2/3, not the heathen, but the elect. All right. Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and put forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. So likewise, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. All right. So when all this stuff happens, we know that the end is close, man. Even the angels being revealed, as much as they're being revealed and caught on tape and caught on videos and phones, people are catching the chariots. So these are all signs of the end, man. Verse 30. Let's see where I'm at. But you're gonna have signs, just like it says here, when the fig tree is tender and the leaves start showing. We know that the season's about to change. Well, guess what? When we see all these signs happen, we know that the season is the season of the end, right? Let's get his name. I think it's in Esdras. Measure the time diligently. Yeah, second Esdras 9:1, it says, "And he answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made." All right? So that's what it is. Measure the time diligently. 2nd Ezra 9:1. Let me write that down in my scriptures real quick next to this precept. So likewise, ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. All right? Matthew 24:33. Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till these things be fulfilled. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. All right? Heaven and earth is going to be renewed. All right? Doesn't mean earth is going to actually be, they're not, the world is everlasting. The earth is everlasting, but it's going to be renewed. So I'm going to go ahead and close out on that. I just wanted to go in on the signs of the end in Matthew 24, and this is the time we're in, man. All right, so shalom to the elect. I want to give all the praise and all the glory, all the honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakudash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge the Akia, who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom to the elect.